debate him, you need to refocus.
I don't know what he just said, but as far as the hate, he's using his term, his Jewish body. Right.
What the fuck?
As far as the hate for Asians is concerned, right? I definitely don't hate Asians. I just know for a fact that you guys are the beneficiaries of white mercy. Okay, this is the truth. There was a war going on with the Soviet Union.
Can you define America needed to expand its international influence, and you were great proxy.
Hold on. You guys are all a pain in the ass.
Wait, Issa, he was about to just define white
I'm gonna say this because you guys are all a pain in my ass. So somebody booted Norm. I just got a message. I just read the message. Who booted Norm?
Not me.
What are you talking about?
All right.
Was it you? I asked you before if it was you.
And she boomed the room. Because somebody kicked Norm. Norm was never even in the room. Okay, I created this room in Clown World. It's called Who Boomed the Room? House Clown. Hope you enjoy.
Everything was normal when this guy was walking into a store until a 4-foot concrete saw spiraled off of a nearby construction site and hit the front of the door of this store hard. This guy was just seconds away from being hit by it, which could have taken his life, but everyone was okay. One of the craziest freak accidents I have ever seen.
Got a big one on fast fishing out here. I think.
Okay, Toxic, thanks for coming to the Giant Kid Over Show. Hope you enjoyed the fun. I don't know if you know any of those people, but I find it kind of interesting because I can like encapsulate them. And basically, hello Rex, welcome to Who Boomed the Room. Hello? Oh, Angela's here. My darling fiance. There's no way you're engaged or getting married. You're so full of shit. I spend more time with you than your fucking fiance, you fucking liar. This chick is so hot. Wow. Yeah, you know it. You're like, I ain't getting married. I just tell people that. Suckers. I ain't getting married again. I already get fucking, why would you fuck up your alimony? Sucker. Don't lie to me, bitch. Got your ass figured out. Gotcha, bitch. You ain't getting married, ho. I'm coming to Newport tonight, baby. Let's get dinner.
Tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Who is that?
It's a Sith legend.
It's so easy to get your windshield replaced using Safelite. Tell the people why you haven't done it. It started off as a chip and it just keeps going.
The Empire improved
proves every system in
Yeah, Angela, just drop your Jew hate and, let it go and just know that you're retarded. You're probably Jewish.
touches.
But you're Jewish and you don't even know
Many
it.
join out of greed and self-interest. Others out of fear or with ambitions of power. Why do you seek imperial favor?
You've been here, what, just over a year? You might want to steady the ladder before you start climbing.
You're supposed to be more confident and tucked away. That's why we're bringing in off.
Well, do you want to say anything, Angela? I mean, if you don't have anything to say, I don't really care about your gifts. Like, I'm doing what I got to do over here because, I ain't got nothing else to do. So, I mean, do you want to talk about something? Do you want to maybe like bring up something? What are you doing tonight? What are you wearing tonight? What kind of fragrance are you putting on? What kind of cocktails do you drink? What makes you happy in life? Are you doing yoga? Are you sun tanning? Are you going yachting? What are you doing with your life, Angela? Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm getting engaged. That's it. I'm engaged to be married, and that's it. But I'm not sure. I think you might be right, Edmund. I think getting married might be a bad idea. I'm having second doubts, and I think maybe this bald-headed Larry David asshole in Chicago, maybe I should fly out there for a weekend and make love to him on his flooded little sailboat. That's right, it's a small sailboat. And it's called Lady Hawk, and it's a little bit flooded right now. I gotta go down there and fuck with it. I figured out where the leak is coming in, which is great. So I gotta go down there and fix it before it rains again. And then I'm gonna photograph it and try to sell it because honestly, I don't even have enough time to learn how to sail. And the Chinese motor that I bought is such a piece of shit that I want to just get rid of it. So that's the truth, Angela. That's what I'm dealing with. What are you dealing with? You don't want to talk to me? You just want to be entertained. Well,
This is like you. It's a high bar for your performance. Potentially the foundation of a uniquely superior career.
Failure will find you explaining why to a far less patient audience.
I will not fail. They've made a game of it.
Could I be made prefect? The title, I know, doesn't come with extra pay.
And Reaper.
No one in this room should have trouble accessing army or naval resources in future. This is where I sign up to be a pilot, right?
If you apply for the Imperial Navy, most recruits go into the infantry.
A strong ruling government requires an increase in soldiers to maintain order throughout the galaxy.
Service to the Empire. You will never be too aggressive in preserving order.
You are here because the Empire sees potential in you. The loyalty of those who willingly enlist is what I see tremendous value in. Here, only the best survive.
Widespread deployment will ensure a secure military presence across all sectors.
They're everywhere.
A mandatory curfew will be put into effect for your protection as we build a unified galaxy.
We will deal with any threat of uprising.
I'd like to hang him. You can wear a ball gown if you like. Just get this up and running before my next staff meeting.
Drill down and get a hunt started.
Be a part of something.
Long live the Empire.
Join the Empire. Explore new worlds. Learn valuable skills. Bring order and unity to the galaxy. Be a part of something. Join the Empire. Bring order and unity to the galaxy.
Okay, and you're a leftist. Why? What do you think that you will do?
At the bottom of the change food.
Women have it very hard. They get worried about going to places like Sephora and making sure their appearance is perfect. So hard. It is.
So look at that. John Jefferson and John Katover. All of Tiffany.
today to be a woman than it is to be a man. Objectively, today it is so much easier. And that's why a lot of men are checking out and becoming incels and MGTOWs because they know how rigged the system is. I don't blame them.
But what happens after Islam takes over? Do you still think it would be better to be a woman than a man?
Islam's not going to take over. In Western civilization, modern Western women are the most privileged people that have ever existed in human history. And I stand by that. And I want that, bitch. I want that. Yes, I want it. Being a man today is not good. There's no benefit of being a man. There's none. What is the benefit of being a man today? Someone tell me what the benefit of being a man
if you want to be a woman, it's 2024. You can.
But no, seriously, like, can someone tell me really, like, the benefit of being a man today in 2024? What is the benefit?
Well, at least you're not white, so.
No, but I'm serious. Like, tell me. Like, can someone really give me a serious answer or no?
Bigger brain.
Men have bigger brains? So you're saying men are smarter than women?
Wow, that is that was so misogynistic. But honestly, that's only like first world problem, honestly. And honestly, I think right now there is a decline of the West.
That shows you that I'm right. Nobody can refute.
No. Let me finish. There's a relative decline of the West, right? And all these, the minorities, the females and everything, I think ultimately they will blame and things will go back to normal. Because there's a reason why most civilization that persisted are all patriarchal. There's a reason why. Women just can't rule.
Why? I think it would be. Actually, I think that if women ruled, we would have a much better world.
No.
Yeah, like Ursula von der Leyen, yeah. Ursula von der Leyen, like that EU president, which is not very popular. No, the point is that we are looking at the descent of the West, and a lot of people might just by default blame it on all this left progressive stuff. The blacks, the non-whites, the women, etc. And it might just backfire. I know it would backfire.
Yeah, it will because they're cannibalizing each other. And actually, in terms of a woman, I mean, I think it's true. I mean, women are more neurotic, like biologically. Like I am reading. Well, I got this book that I got like in the middle of it because I never finished it. But it talks about how women. So our brain cells, like we have. I don't know, I'm tired, but basically we have like these electric, how do you say, electric transmitters or whatever, and we get like a million pulses a second. Neurotransmitters, thank you very much. Yeah, and so we produce like in the millions, of like small micro thoughts, and men are in the thousands, not in the millions. And then on top of that, they run some scans, on the brain when they were in a status of rest. And so the men, when they were taking a rest, 70% of their brain was completely switched off. So only 30% of their brain was working. A woman in the same status had 90% of activity in her brain, so only 10% was switched off. So imagine the amount of thoughts, and then how we cannot switch off our brains. Of course, we are more neurotic. We are able to distinguish many other shades of colors. We're able to read people's faces and reactions and tones of voices and stuff like that. We're made to do that,
Can we use the word sensitive versus neurotic? Because you're saying you're thinking more and you're processing more, but neurotic has a very negative connotation.
Well, but I don't care about the negative connotation. It's the right connotation. Neuroticism is part of the personality. How do you say? Personality.
It's absolutely a main personality card.
Yeah, it's a personality trait, neuroticism. And yeah, so we are more neurotic. I mean, it doesn't have to have I know it has a negative connotation because of feminism, but it's not that. It's a term.
That's a fact. It is feminism's fault that neuroticism has a negative connotation.
What does it
And
feel
that's because
like
women are more neurotic.
What does it feel like to cry and have the whole world bend to your knees? What does that feel like?
The Palestinians.
I'm so curious.
That's a good point. That's a well-made point, Daniel.
I literally worked with this girl, and she was getting in trouble or something, and she just started crying, and everything got fixed for her. Like, the male bosses just
Look
stood
at the
there.
audience, guys.
Yeah, look at the audience. It's just dumb. That's amazing. Perfect.
This is what he does. He's about 15
I want
of
to
these.
say he's one of a kind, but
Jealous, what was your original question that I missed? Was it like, what's the difference between men and women's brains, or what?
No, I was saying today in 2024 in Western civilization, what is the benefit of being a man? Like, what benefits do we get as men that women don't get in 2024?
the question in 2024 is what is a man?
We have
No, but I'm
It's
serious.
wonderful to be a man, Hampton.
Well, what is the benefits in 2024? I don't understand.
Well, we're powerful. If we take our power, then we're powerful.
That's right.
Yes.
You can be a US president.
What do I mean by powerful?
Can a woman be a U.S. president? Only 1% of men are powerful. You're talking about 1%.
Well, because
Well,
only 1% of the
forgive me,
men
I'm-
are taking their power, but you're
I'm
making
speaking
it.
from the perspective of the 1%, Hampton. Forgive me, but I don't have to be sitting up here. Not kidding. I don't have to be alone.
That's true. Yeah, I know.
You're welcome to join me.
I mean, look, to his point about power, the overwhelming majority of men that are in dedicated relationships that share a home and a family with women, the overwhelming majority of them have power. It's not just 1% of men that have power. The majority of men declare the power in their own household and family unit.
They share it. We share it with women. We don't
So being a breadwinner, so being the one that has to work and bring home the bacon.
It's not just that.
Is
Not just that.
Not the one that gets to sit home and do nothing.
It's not just that.
Yeah,
Hampton.
honestly,
I never said privilege. You just changed the terms. You said, what's the benefits?
I was talking about
It doesn't matter. We're all here. You said, what's the
Had
benefit?
this conversation before, though. So, like, what you've got to remember about Jealous is that he doesn't value the same things that men like.
I don't know if that's true. He has a family and parents.
It's true. No,
I don't know if it's true. That's for him to say, not you.
But
That's
I'm
for him
telling
to
you,
say.
it's true because I.
Well, you're telling me, but I need to hear it from him, not you.
That's fine. So when I'm done,
He didn't hire you to speak for him.
That's
Huh?
fine.
Well, let him
But when I'm done, he can talk to you himself.
Well, you're wrong already.
No, but I'm not wrong already. Right?
Well, you're wrong.
Oh my God,
Continue
let's
with what
shut
he
down.
values.
Why don't
Talk
you
about
go
what
bend
you
your
value.
knee? Why don't you go cry on your knees like the
No,
Jew
I'm not
you
crying.
are, and
No, I am a
fucking
Jew, and you are not, but don't be jelly about it.
You, as a Jew, know everything
Yes.
about crying.
This guy is not a Jew.
Yes, he is.
Okay, no, he's not a Jew. I've already tested him.
Anyways,
So let's hear what your big position is, Florida, now that you've embarrassed yourself. Try to see if you can.
Whenever you're ready.
Right.
Whenever you're ready.
Well, I'm ready. Go for it. Let's hear what you have to say. And stop talking about what Hampton's values are. That's okay.
I gave him the permission to talk about me. Go ahead, Florida.
I don't give him the permission. I'm taking it away.
Stop.
Go ahead, Florida. Let's hear your position.
No, Normal, why are you so annoying?
I'm not annoying.
Anyways,
Don't be
Hampton
powerful.
doesn't value the
Don't
same
be so
things
gay,
that-
Soren.
That men traditionally value, but Hampton doesn't value the idea
Oh,
of
well,
waking up, going to work and making money.
This
Hampton
is
doesn't
bullshit.
value
You can't
the
speak
idea-
about your own values?
Hampton doesn't value the same things. He doesn't value waking up in the morning and going to work. He doesn't value
Oh,
working
stop.
hard. He
I've
doesn't
heard
value
enough.
having a personal family.
I've heard enough of you.
No, let me tell you what it
Not
boils
that.
down to this.
All right, you know what? Jealous, since he won't listen to me, you go ahead.
Okay, it really always boils down to this. I'm sorry. I feel like it's more privilege to be protected than to be the protector. That really like it boils down. I don't think it's a privilege to have to be the protector. Why do I have to get in the fighting line and die while this person gets to live? The person that gets to
You
live
think
is
like that
privileged to me.
because
It's
you're lying more in your feminine rather than in your masculine.
Maybe so.
And it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Listen, I'm not saying anything, but a man that is confident and comfortable in his masculine will never complain about having to do something because he finds excitement in having a purpose and following it. and waking up every morning because he wants to build something, and he gets a hit, you know, in protecting his woman and his family, and that's what drives him. So a man that is
exactly right. He gets a charge out of winning. Hampton, this is available to you, Hampton, even if you're your feminine side, which I salute you for. But nevertheless, you touch a little bit of your male side. It would be a bad idea.
Being a man is all about self-sacrifice. Being a man, I'll tell you, I know about being a man.
Are you gay?
It's all about self-sacrifice. It's all about responsibility.
Yeah, but are you gay?
It's all about leadership. It's all about protection. It's all about strength.
Are you gay?
Let me point out one thing.
Yes.
Hot dogs.
What is that the difference? You have no clue what you're talking about. I want to hear from Hampton, not from you.
I think a lot of straight men
Fucking faggot ass.
No, I'm not going to.
Fucking hair, bitch.
Go away. Go back. Go get eaten by an alligator, you redneck. Go get eaten by an alligator.
I didn't know that you both had beef. I thought that you guys were very. Shut up, Mikey.
Norm's a kike and he
So
calls me a fake Jew, so I got to fucking go.
You're a fake Jew.
I thought you guys had a lot of things in common.
No,
Actually.
Norm's a kike.
Jealous, let me point out that one advantage of being a protector is that you actually you have some power in the sense that you don't have to protect every single woman. You can protect the one, you can kind of think about, well, which woman is like, is the most protectable given my personality, given who I am. You can kind of tailor the protection of the population that you wish to protect or the family you wish to build. You have a lot of choices.
I hear you, Andrew. I hear you, but let's say you're on a cruise ship and the ship is sinking. You will have to go last. You will have to wait till the women and children get off.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Go first. I'm just letting you know, Andrew. So it's not just the one woman that you're protecting. There's a societal expectation that your life is less valuable than a man or than a woman.
You don't have to take it. You don't have to take the cruise. You don't have to go on those cruises. You don't have to go on those cruises. You only go on cruises with women you think that would be worth protecting in the first place.
Okay, you go on cruises with people you don't know.
No. You can so for example, that's one reason people like to be rich is because, well, if they are forced into that situation, they would be glad to protect rich women because, you know, maybe rich women overall statistically they have
Even the rich men on the Titanic rich die. Even the rich men. And I guess, I don't know, maybe like I saw straight men. I guess straight men, they don't mind that. They like that, I guess. Don't mind. You guys don't mind it. I guess I just don't.
Yeah, you don't mind it. Like, if I'm on a fucking boat that's fucking sinking, and I can save the women, children, especially children, yeah, they gotta go first. Now, if you're like a homosexual, well, I have nothing against it. I mean, if that's what you understand, then it is what it is. I don't really care. I mean, salute to you. But yeah, if I'm on a fucking like a boat or even like on a fucking island where it's deserted, I got one bottle of water. I'm gonna give it to the fucking woman and child.
And you think that you have that privilege, or does the woman have that privilege?
And it's not about privilege, bro. It's about like.
No, I'm serious.
It's about being a. It's not a privilege. It's about being a man.
It is a privilege to
It's about being a man.
that bottle of water to the woman and child, though. When you know that
It's not a
you
privilege.
that woman and child's ass, when you know that you could beat that woman and child's ass, and you have the forceful physical nature to take that bottle of water for yourself, and you give it to somebody else, that's privilege.
But I'm dead because I don't have no water for myself, and I'm dead.
Well, fuck it, we gotta die, bro. So if I was on a fucking deserted island with my wife and my daughter,
I
right?
guess I just have a feminine.
Guess what?
I have a feminine brain. I guess that's
No,
what it is, 'cause
you don't understand how a heterosexual.
I guess I don't. I just
You
that's
don't.
a raw deal. That's a raw ass.
I mean, you think yourself as a woman.
I don't think I'm a woman.
Bro, so if I was on a deserted island in the desert for my wife and my child, and I only had like 1 bottle of water, I'm giving it to them. And not about being a wrong man.
Hampton would do it too, man. Hampton would do it too.
You want a medal?
Hampton is no different than any other
I want to
man.
kiss on my cheek.
I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. You go, Issa, you girls are killing it nowadays. Y'all got this game on lock. Go, girl. I mean, I can't even hate. This shit is, ooh, y'all.
Hampton, don't say go. Yeah, don't say that.
I'm
trying to defend you. I'm trying to defend you, Hampton. Here, work with me. Work with me.
When they're done, they get the best of worlds.
So what are you mad about? So like, what are you identify? So as a homosexual, are you like a bottom or are you like a top?
This isn't about my sex life, but I'm just telling you, I just said, just the freedom. Don't you want to have?
Are you like a bottom or a top?
Don't you want to have like?
For you, he's a top.
For you, he's a top. If you was a top, you wouldn't be thinking like that.
It's like I would love the option.
You wouldn't be.
Just go. I'm a woman. I'm gonna have babies. Now I'm finding out to take care of it. I would love that.
But you think your energy is a woman's energy.
I don't have that option. Issa has that option. Issa can go.
You don't have that option because you're not a woman.
I'm not find a man that's gonna take care
It's
of
because you're jealous, bro. You're jealous.
Yes, I am.
But you're a man that has feminine energy.
Are we trying to do this with thinking? Why do you even want to exist? Right? Why do you want to is self-preservation and not a thing here? What? Do you not want to sell it? Why do you think men are pre-programmed to sacrifice themselves, right, for the tribe?
No, I get it. It's for the benefit of the human kind. I get it. Women have eggs, men have sperm. Men are dispensable. I get it. I understand it. I get it. But I'm like, ooh, that's not a privilege to me. That's not a privilege. To be expendable is not a privilege.
Who said that it was a privilege, though?
A lot of people say, oh, male privilege.
What's a lot of people?
But it's like...
Men do have the power, and when they use their power to protect their women and child, guess what?
The power to go and die in war? Like, only 1%
protecting your woman and child?
Okay. Well, the men...
So what do you want to... Of course not.
Let me explain a little bit more about how
You're not making any sense what you're saying.
Sometimes men actually also try to protect women from other men. So sometimes men look at women and they say, "Oh, this girl is not going to do well with this guy. I think she needs to be protected from him." But I'm not saying they act on those thoughts. Acting on those thoughts can become a very third world kind of way of thinking. But in general, you might nudge women to say, "Hey,
you can't even listen to what he's saying because he's gay." So what he's saying, from what I'm understanding, is kind of biased. Like you're jealous of women because they're implying that.
You're by default implying that it's something that you could not want and you can not have it. But if you're forced to do something, and you're put in a position where you have to do something, then it's not a privilege.
The real question is,
they just make you think it's a privilege.
No, the real question is,
they sold us a bill of goods to force. It's like a shiny plate to force us to go to war. If you go to war, you'll be a hero. Look, boom, you got it.
No, the privilege of going to war, the privilege of dying for your country. Do you benefit from that? Not you, and not you as an individual, for sure. Someone is benefiting, but not you.
Exactly. We get so you're being strong.
I think you would benefit from reading the Iliad and learning about Helen of Troy.
So let me ask you something. All of the men that went to war.
Helen of Troy. I think you should look into how,
fuck that. All of the fucking Americans that went to war in World War II, right, and fucking died and got massacred and shit, trying to fucking kill Hitler, right? So what if they didn't want to do it? What if nobody wanted to go to war and fight Hitler?
That's the point. They tell you a lie that it's your privilege to serve your country, so you die for someone else, the ruling class.
I never heard any country say it was a privilege to serve your country.
Okay, so when your country is worth saving and you actually are in love with your country because you consider it to be an oasis of freedom or of privilege or whatever, you will not need to be sent to war. You will defend your country with everything you have. Now, in this day and age, like when people are all ashamed and hate their own countries and think that nationalism and patriotism is bad, yeah, people need to be forced to be sent to war. Right now, nobody wants to go to war and die for anything, but people die for their countries because they want to preserve what they believe in and their culture and their families and everything. They don't need to be obliged.
Let's look at this statistically. Statistically, we know that the vast majority of descendants of humankind came from very few males. The privilege of procreation is only a very recent phenomenon. Okay? Because in the past, most people... Yeah. For most males, that's the case. Like, how do you think polygamy works? Right? One man having a lot of women, which means a lot of men don't get to procreate. What do you think? Polygamy... What?
Right before you said polygamy.
No, if you want to interrupt me, you better make a good point here. Okay, come on, let's hear it.
Repeat to me what you just said right before you said polygamy the first time. Say that again?
How do you think polygamy works? One man having many wives, which
he said, I'll tell you what he said, and it was insane. He said the process of reproduction is a relatively recent phenomenon, which is insane.
No,
that's what he said. That's what he said.
Hold on.
That's what he said.
No, if I say that, I take it back.
Because I'm actually listening to the nonsense.
What I meant to say then was the process for every man reproducing is a pretty recent phenomenon.
Every man doesn't reproduce.
That's true. Most men die in war. They die before they were able to.
Yeah, they die in war. They don't get to procreate, and that's the point. What I wanted to say. This is how it's going to work.
You sound fucking retarded.
What are you talking about?
You guys bankrupt ideology.
No, I mean, this is statistically true, right? The privilege of procreating for most men, for every man, is a recent phenomenon. Statistically, that's how it is.
What did he say?
Now we can trace the DNA and they've proven that that's the case, right?
He said the process of reproduction is a relatively recent phenomenon.
Oh, shut up, that's not what he said.
You're a fucking moron.
Hey, Jealous, can you do something about this?
How is that relatively?
Okay.
Thank you. No, I said reproducing for every man gets at least have the option to reproduce is a rather recent phenomenon because in the past polygamy is the norm, right? When polygamy is the norm,
now and it's never been.
And statistically we have tested it, in terms of DNA. Most of our DNA came from few men. Entire humanity. That is statistically true.
Yes, that's true.
Are you?
Bro, you're not listening to what he's saying. Back in the days, most men would go off to war and die. There would be 20% of the top tier of men that had the resources that would marry all the women and have all the kids. 80% of the rest of the men would die because they were just sent off to war, they didn't have a mate or anything. That's what would happen. That's what he's saying, and that's the truth. And that's why polygamy was so popular. Nowadays, because not every man goes off to war now it's a one man, one wife thing, which is
that is completely wrong. Number one.
What are you talking about?
Completely wrong.
How is that?
Speaking,
you know why? You know why that's wrong?
You're fucking retarded. Sherry, I mean, just don't look just at humankind. Right? Look at animals. Look at alpha males in the wolf pack. In the pack. It's basically you get the strongest male, the power genes. The betas, shut the fuck. The betas, right? They don't get to. That is evolution. That's how you create a stronger gene pool. Now every beta cuck can make a baby if he wants to. And in fact, the government's like begging beta cucks to make babies, and then you make it a gene pool. Evolutionary speaking, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, especially when you got like a homo, like fucking jealous.
This is what happens when you're born to a dysfunctional communist society. You come up with these insane ideas that make no sense.
I'm talking. So they trick you, right, in saying that it's a privilege to die. Yeah.
They defeated Hitler.
Just like they sell religion to you. Just like the same idea that they sell religion to you.
You're coming from some ignorant bad religion of communism.
You suffer this life throughout. You die.
Religion is a failure.
All that, and you end up in heaven.
What are you talking about?
That's how they trick you.
So right. He's totally right.
He's an idiot. The guy had never set foot in the free world. His brain is in a pot. Your brain is stuck in a Chinese food container.
You're fucking retarded from Malaysia, by the way. And I have this in people, so to speak, right? If you have not figured this out at this point in your life, you have to figure this out. If you haven't figured this out in your life, you're
why do you keep reproduction is fucking fairly new?
Yeah, he said it's a recent
I
phenomenon.
misspoke, okay? You're just going to repeat the shit. I said I misspoke. I said human reproduction for every male and for every
everything is what you missed.
Which is true. Right? So that means that you two retards are going to go back and something I misspoke and repeat it over and over again. No, I said I misspoke. I said human reproduction for every male is a pretty recent phenomenon. And statistically, we know that it's true in terms of data because
in all fairness, he's never been late, but he thinks it's a new thing.
Why are you talking about sex when
you're so like L. I didn't show L you're even a Jew. You're such a waste of a Jew for your low IQ.
Why are you so adverse to what China guy is saying? What he's saying is true. Like
what he's saying is that basically Genghis Khan has had like 10,000 offspring or something. It's just no dumb thing left from some fraction of the. Yeah. This is what his bizarre Chinese perspective is. His unfree, religionless, freedomless tradition. It's like he's talking about a whole bunch of women having. So what does that have to do with you and me?
Exactly, nothing. Exactly, and you're dying for the whole springs of Genghis Khan, and that's the fucking point, you fucking retard.
Right,
By the way, what's the other?
What color was Genghis Khan again?
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I never knew you and Mikey could make this good of a team at gaslighting the shit out of somebody. Like, this is phenomenal.
Who would Mikey?
You not hear what he said though?
Mikey.
Motherfucker said that human
reproduction is a relatively new
phenomenon.
phenomenon.
I said it misspoke one thing. I meant reproduction for every child. I'm going to say something that misspoke.
That's your Chinese insight. Okay, can we move on now?
You're such a retard. You're such a waste of the gym.
The fact of the matter is,
anti whatever that shit.
You notice how there's no Jew going to fight and wanting to go good at
anti-Semitic.
What I said, I would just.
I quoted you exactly. I quoted you.
Well, like I said, I misspoke. But when you quote someone, I said it. And it makes perfect sense when I say what I actually want to say. Production for every male is a recent phenomenon. It's true. That is statistically true. We can look at the data and find that.
And then he tried to deny it, by the way.
Like you very few males.
He tried to deny it.
How do you speak like that? Saying that
I think I know what it is.
Human reproduction is a recent
I think I know what it is, right?
How do you
know what it is?
They're trying to.
How you're a
fucking
retard, bro. You're a fucking moron. Get the fuck out of here.
I know who.
Okay, y'all. The fact of the matter is that he's right. One man with one woman having kids together is a fairly recent phenomenon. In the earlier days, it used to be one man with a bunch of different women. And that's how most
You're homosexual. You don't know what you're talking about.
That's how it goes. And that's what it is.
Have you ever fucked a woman?
But it's like...
No, he hasn't. Take a look at recent history. How many children people have?
Shut the fuck up. This guy,
take a look at recent history. How many children people have? Take a look. Take a look at the Jews.
And they
Take a look at the. Take a look at the Catholics.
Basically.
We have tons of children. What the fuck are you talking about? Just because you don't have any children doesn't mean the rest of the world doesn't have any
But
children.
how normal?
Yeah, China has a one-child policy. Correct. Oh shit. Next time, pick a better government. Not our fault.
But you're not listening to what he's saying.
I am listening to what he's saying, and it's stupid as hell. It's beyond stupid.
Back in the day, when we were going
What day is this?
Well,
What day?
millions, as upon thousands
What day?
of years of human civilization.
Back in what day are we talking?
I'm talking about thousands and thousands of years in the past.
Okay, who cared about that? We're not primitive anymore. Let's fast forward to
men died.
It's so triggered.
Let's fast forward to 2024, Hampton. You ready?
That's why I'm saying this
Okay,
is
now we're in reality.
Right? Every man has a choice to prove.
Now let's address reality.
Why are you so triggered?
I'm not triggered. I'm just highlighting your stupidity. I'll let you know if I'm triggered. What year is it? Let's see if we can do a reality test. What year is it? Your turn. Go ahead. What year? What year is it?
1994.
Okay. There you go.
If you're gonna be retarded,
year zero. Yeah. I was trying to get you out of the retarded game. So now it's 2024. So what's your point? Let's hear it.
No, it's 1994. I said it.
Well, that's the level at which you're capable of doing.
This is how people react, right? When their worldview suddenly gets
what's the worldview? You just said that we agree to
the world is not how I used to think it is. You know, you just got enlightened by a superior ancient Chinaman, and he's like so resistant of historical fact.
We just invented reproduction.
Although what I said,
what other insights do you have?
factual, right? Historically, we know that it's true,
factual.
but we just haven't thought of it like that.
Let's give an example.
It's the waste of the Jew.
Give me an example of how this had anything to do with 2024.
Oh my God.
Well, I admit.
Okay. All this all started.
The waste of a history.
There is a history of men being expendable in human society, and women are valued. And I'm saying that it is more privileged to be valued and not have to go to war than be set off to war to die. And that is all I am saying in the situation. That's why I think it's more of a privilege to be a woman than it is to be a man. That's all I'm saying.
Women have benefits and men have benefits. That's the reality. If you don't like
what is the benefits of a man? What is the benefits of a man in 2024?
I'll tell you. Power, achievement, the connection with a woman, having children, having a family, protecting that family, supporting that family. These are tremendous benefits. Did you not know that?
You don't think that
so basically
hold on, jealous. You don't think each gender has like certain
benefits?
Benefits?
Yeah, of course they do.
Like women and men have weird benefits versus each other.
I'll be honest with you. The benefit of a man, they don't necessarily have to walk around and worry about getting raped. And they're not like
men get raped all the time. They just don't talk about it.
But it's not as like when I walk down the street in the dark. My thought is not, oh, someone's gonna rape me. My thought is like maybe I'm gonna get robbed or maybe whatever. But it's not about rape.
Okay.
Maybe you don't have to deal with periods. I guess.
See, this is
I don't know what else. I don't know.
You sound very young right now.
I know you're fucking stupid, bro.
What else?
Periods.
Women can get a job. Women can get power. Women can start families. Women get,
But all
the while they get to go on the dates for free. Ladies
and they have a
free
period and now it's over.
Ladies free.
Like, you sound stupid, bro. Like that's like
Hey, jealous. I can carry this and talk about this, but you got to like stop these two guys from like cutting me off like midway. We got to. Like,
no, that's okay. You can go. We don't need to hear from you. You're retarded. That's okay. You can go. We don't need to hear from you. You're talking nonsense. You know what's funny? You know what's funny?
You abandoned him from the role. He literally just called a normal fucking.
Listen, you half a man. Listen, you micro penis half a man. Go get your mind out of your Chinese food container and come into 2024.
He's so mad.
I'm not mad at all. I find you amusing.
Oh my fucking God.
You're an amusing partial man.
You are so mad because
I'm not mad. I'm delighted.
And like you were so amazed of a Jew, you never just look at me like that. You're so mad.
China. My experience with you reassures me we have nothing to fear from China. You guys are stuck in the first century. No, I'm not interested. You're committing genocide against the English language.
We are not going to have a conversation.
You're committing genocide against the English language.
You just want to interrupt me.
I'm going to charge you with murdering the English language.
And I don't know
Already so horny.
you rank at the bottom of the fucking totem pole.
What are you saying now?
Can we please just do one at a time? Like, we can argue, but like, can we just one at a time?
Yeah.
Trying to speak, and just like you know.
Take my order and shut the fuck up.
Yep, Doc's trying to
One
talk.
second.
What's up?
Why do you have your flag is a Nepal flag?
Me?
I don't know. It's a random number. It's a random number that I got. It's not a permanent count.
Flags are numbers. This guy is a moron. Listen, go take an English class, for God's sake. It's an English-speaking app. Or go to the Chinese room. You're murdering the English language.
You know what?
You're treating the English language worse than Hitler treated the Jews.
You want to hear them? You want to hear them? You want the English language?
You know,
Ask them that
she
they
used to be a mod in my room.
Ask them that they la.
I can start this shit all over again. Ask Jealous, and he knows about
Just take my fucking order and shut up.
Clubhouse. And you don't want to destroy Issa's room because
I want to have fried rice.
I
I'm going to have the fried rice to make my decision.
All
right, hey, just fried rice.
I'm telling you now.
You want the chicken
And I
wings?
don't know who the fuck you
Oh,
are.
my
You
chicken wings.
I
want to see how Taipan.
You know, and let the big boys.
I laid up, Chai.
Who the fuck
See how Taipan.
All right.
I want to see how Taipan.
You know who I am? I am fucking China guy. I used to run Clubhouse.
Listen to
And
me.
I'm going to run Clubhouse again. And this sort of behavior will never be tolerated.
I did this in your language.
I'm not going to allow you because like you to exist in my talking space. How about that?
China.
If I
like this in China.
If I murdered your language the way you're murdering English, they throw me in jail.
Well, guys.
They would throw me in jail.
I mean, when you have greenhouse like that, it's never going to work, right?
Thank you for your brilliant observations on reproduction. You did a tremendous job. Thank you so much. You did a great job on reproduction. The guy's a genius. You should write a book.
Where did he go? Did he leave? He left.
He's got to go.
It's a new phenomenon.
He's getting our dinner. He's taking my order.
No phenomenon.
Conversation that we were having.
No phenomenon.
Yeah.
Hey, Rohan.
He figured out a new phenomenon.
He said it was a new phenomenon because they were killing their daughters in China. You had a girl child.
One man and one woman is not new, but for the past like 500 years plus ago, it was fucking rich men with a bunch of different women, and a lot of the men would go off and die of wars, and most men did not reproduce. That is a fact. Throughout human history, that's a fact. And that's all he was saying. He may have misspoken and said, "Oh, reproduction."
How is that relevant to what? How is that relevant, Hampton?
The relevance was we were talking about men and women and privilege and power. So what we were talking about why women get to leave. Don't.
Privilege and power, men and women. Okay.
And
what's his point? What is his point?
What we're saying is, men historically have sacrificed ourselves and our lives for women. And so, if you go into human genes, most women have reproduced. Most men have not. So that's all I'm saying. And that's all he was saying.
That's not what he said. Well, you know what he's saying? He's attacking the idea of the benefit of being a man, which is why you two were agreeing. I said that it was an honor to be a man, an honor to have a family, which he obviously doesn't have. It's an honor to take care of your kid, something he obviously doesn't know. And when necessary, it was an honor to serve your country, something else that he doesn't have. His whole position
to die.
So I just don't understand. So, okay, let me
his position only
It's an honor to die for your family. If somebody's attacking your family,
necessary.
your kid, You gotta do what you gotta do
I'm
as a
talking
man.
about women. I'm not talking
It's
about
necessary.
I'm talking
And you know what's a great example? That guy that died like a week ago, he covered his family with his body. Okay?
Yeah,
let's
that's
repeat that.
shit.
that's his
Let's
family.
repeat that.
Yeah, that's his family. But I'm talking about.
Let's repeat that. He covered his family with his body.
And that's admirable. But what I'm saying
Uh-huh.
is that the woman is
It was a
privileged
fucking man.
Being a man.
because she didn't die.
It's admirable.
So
What's that?
Bro, that's what men, that's what, you don't understand it. That's what men do.
Because the woman has the privilege, though. That is a privilege to be saved. It is a privilege.
Well,
to
it's
have
not
someone
a
cover
privilege.
you
It's
and
also
block
a
bullets from
privilege
you.
to protect. That's the point.
See, I don't think it's a privilege.
Hampton, wait a second. Hampton, listen.
That's weird.
Listen.
That's not.
Hampton, listen for a second. It's not weird. It's a privilege to be protected because you're bearing the children, you're bearing the seed, you're bearing the future, you're bearing the progeny. And it's also a privilege to protect those very things. It's a teamwork. And that's what we're saying. And he was trying to attack that, which is what I found so intolerable and why I was so impatient with him. He's being nihilistic. And we're saying, yes, life is tough, but it's fulfilling if you have meaning in your life. And there's nothing more fulfilling than taking care of another human being.
That's right.
That's my whole point. Huh? What?
I said that's right. That's right.
So I can take care of another man? That's fine.
You can take care of another man. Of course you can. Why the hell not, Hampton?
Another person.
Why the hell, Hampton? Why not?
So I have a husband, right? Let's say like I get married, I have a husband, and we're on a boat, the boat is sinking, and there's a bunch of women and children first. And I'm like, no, get my husband on the boat too, and force my husband on.
This is when you're lying.
Hampton. Yes, if your husband wants to be on the boat, he can be on the boat. Nobody's kicking his ass off. Go look at the Titanic.
That he would be screamed at, people would call him everything.
No, see,
Well, you do get to say it.
No.
If you're thinking,
What do you?
maybe the last thing you're thinking about is what.
No, so what he's trying to say is, so like, let's just say all of us in this room was on a cruise boat, right? And the cruise boat was about to sink. So they're gonna put women and children first on
Because they're the most vulnerable and the weakest.
because they're the weakest, right? So he's gay, and him and his husband are gay. No, I don't gay. So they do feel no because they're gay. They feel like they should go on the boat before women and children. At the end of the day,
with women and children, not before with.
Nobody said that.
He's saying with women and children. He doesn't want
No,
to
you
be
can't
left
go.
there.
You can't go with women and children.
He
Women
said
and
he
children
can if he wants to.
Why
If
not?
you want to be down to the
What's the problem?
Why
Women,
not?
children, and elderly are gonna go first.
It's no big deal.
Wait, is it
That's the way it is.
Rose is not
do
gonna
old
say,
men
so
count
it
or
doesn't
just
even
old
really.
women? Is it old women and old
Yeah, it's old men count. Don't be so.
I was just curious.
Don't be a snowflake, Hampton.
I'm just curious. I don't know.
Well, I told you, okay?
If the boat was sinking, women and children are going first before anybody.
Who knows if
Whether
those
you're
rules?
heterosexual or gay.
Really disagreeing with
Who knows if those rules even still apply?
Nobody would ask Hampton
I think
if
that
whether he's
is
gay
more
or not.
privilege.
That has
Hold on.
nothing to do with this.
Stop. What I'm saying.
Believe me,
is
they figure it out pretty damn quick, though.
I'm saying is that I get it. I totally understand the logic, and I get it. What I'm saying is I think the women are privileged in that situation that their lives
Of course they are.
more valuable.
In that situation, yes. In other situations, no.
But what is that? But the implicit message in that is women's
Listen, at the end
lives
of
are
the
more
day, bro,
valuable
you're
than
never
men's.
gonna have this.
No, the implicit message is that they're more vulnerable.
No, the implicit value is like if people are gonna die, we'd rather have the men die than the women. That's what the
No,
message
it's
is.
that we figure the men can fend for themselves a lot
On a
better.
sinking boat.
Bro,
The men are stronger. Yes,
Guess
yes, yes.
You're
Yes, on a
not a
sinking
woman.
boat.
You're not a woman.
I know.
And women have more
I know.
privilege than us. They have more
Yes,
privilege than us,
exactly.
and
Yes,
it is what
I
it
know.
is. And I'm not bothered by it.
Okay, then that's you. That's at least
Some ways they have privileges, and some ways they don't.
Let me tell you something.
When it comes down to like a fucking boat sinking or some shit, yeah. But then when you go down to like other shit, then no.
On
But
both
yeah,
feet, then no.
women and kids, bro, when it comes down to it on some like life or death type shit, they gotta go first.
Okay,
if anybody's gonna get saved,
we get it.
Women and kids gotta get saved first. At the end of the day.
How fun it is to date as a woman, right? Like, think about it. Like, you go on a date.
But you're not a woman, though. So, like, what do you?
I know. I'm just saying. I'm thinking about it. Think about it. All you gotta do is look good, and then you're gonna and then you just got to sit there.
You don't even gotta look good, because I've seen a lot of women that are ugly that are dating people.
The man's gonna pay for everything. He's gonna dote on you.
That's not true. That's not true.
Most of the time, it is gonna happen.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you can get.
You see, you live in like some sort of like fantasy world.
People are nicer to you. You can start crying, and the world will bend to your every.
No, but wait. It's not easier. You know, maybe you're looking at this dating thing and you're finding one page in a whole paragraph, in a whole chapter. It's tougher to be a woman.
How?
It's not.
How?
Hey guys, what bullshit are we talking about? We're talking about women's rights? How you guys?
Have you ever seen the experiment where it was an ugly woman asking for directions and nobody helped her?
Eton was in the middle of talking, so let's let him finish.
First of all, and Norm probably knows this prayer which you praise. We thank God for not creating us a woman, and that's not meant to derail women in any way, but it's just to point out how difficult it is to be a woman. Now, when we talk about how difficult it is to be a woman, yes, we can mention the sociological pressures, which I think TJN has brought up that maybe we were discussing, but there's also the biological pressures. Women are stuck. A man can leave a woman really can't leave a man so easily. It's not that simple. So the fact
yes, they can. Nowadays, women leave men all the time.
Nowadays, but historically, we have.
I'm talking about today. I'm talking about in 2024.
Even then, it's still not based.
I don't want to stop you, Ethan. Please continue.
Okay, that's nice.
Okay, time.
It's okay. It's great. So listen. I just think that when we look at sexual harassment, there are far more cases of harassment against women than men. It's not easy. Just
okay, the thing is harassment. Let's stop with harassment.
No,
Subjective is a very... Okay, I'm going to have to move you to the audience. Harassment, that's a very subjective term. So sexual harassment could be repeated compliments. Oh, you look really pretty today. Oh, you look really pretty today. Each day. And then the woman could go, he keeps calling me pretty every day. I feel uncomfortable. I'm sexually harassed. You know what I mean? So is that like for someone to call me pretty and maybe to look at me?
But you
like,
you agree that the concept exists, but you found a very light, extreme to disqualify it. But however, there are extreme cases, and most of those extreme cases of harassment, if not vast, all of them, are addressed in women and not in men. It's more difficult to be a woman these days for a number of reasons. Pregnancy doesn't seem like a picnic to me, and there are women who do it several times. They have several children.
A lot of women like being pregnant, though. They want to be pregnant. They like
I think
it's a privilege.
I don't know that it's a choice, though. I mean, it's a choice, but it's. But you're gonna. Okay, I see where we're going with this. It's just still. I don't think it's easy to be a woman.
Like in the job market today, think about when you go to school and universities. There's such a push for girls to go into STEM. There's such a push for girls to excel. And that's why you're seeing like colleges now, they're majority women as opposed to men. And I think a lot of men now, straight men are seeing, especially young ones, that maybe back in your day, Eton, there was more of a gender roles and there was like the man does this, the man does that, and there was a benefit to being a man and people respected being a man. But now, women can do everything that a man can do, and it's like there's no sort of like honor in being a man anymore at all.
Yeah, look, again, I know, is the concern here that feminism has gone out of whack? Is that what you're trying to get at?
No, well, how this all started was basically I was saying how like it's just women have more privilege than men. That's all I'm saying. And I think they've always had more privilege than men.
But remember, the shelters out there for battered women, I don't know if there are any shelters for battered men.
There's barely any. No, and that's the thing too. Domestic violence like statistics, men get hit just as much as women do. But there is a stigma for a man to call the police on a woman. He will be called every type of bitch, every type of punk. And then, too, the shelters, they're all for women. There's like 2 men-only shelters in the whole country. Because the idea is men can't get hurt. But women, I've seen this, women can attack men, women hit men, women throw things at men. But as soon as the man even looks like he's about to hit her, the cops are even called.
Clearly you're striving for an equality, and I agree with you. But again, equality, it doesn't mean that the problem is equally distributed. Yes, we want outcomes where everyone gets treated equally. And feminism, for some people, has threatened that, and I can see that. Okay, I understand that. But the problem does seem to be more pervasive and more intensive faced in women than it does in men, and I think you might agree with that.
Yeah, no, I don't. Men have it a lot harder.
So there are equal number of women. Men are just as equally scared of women as women are of men, is what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying no. Well, actually, in a way, maybe. Because literally all a woman has to do, think about it. A woman, you could be walking down the street and a girl could be like, oh my God, he touched me. Like, as you walk down the street, a girl passes you and says to you, Eton, oh my God, he touched me. What is going to happen?
But
everybody is going to look at you and think that you're a monster. They're not going to ask and
we're jealous.
So a lot of time women, they can literally just
not in
lie.
Africa. No, in Africa, not here.
There you go. And how many societies is what you're saying applies? In vast majority of patriarchal societies in the world, they haven't got to that yet. So
I'm talking about Western civilization. Western civilization. No. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, can I weigh in?
Sure.
So first and foremost, what is the point of patriarchy? As we are the mother of civilization, right? As Africa. So the point of patriarchy is to make sure that women are comfortable to begin with.
Exactly.
So that we make sure, that they're okay, everything is okay, they don't do, so that they don't have to do all of the bullshit.
That's called theory, but what has happened?
No, it's not about theory. It's actually how it's supposed to be, and that's how it's been working for millennia. It's just now this whole nonsense.
That's the way it's supposed to be, and who wrote that that's the way it's supposed to be?
No, it has been like that for millennia. No one wrote it. It's just inherent. No, listen. Ethan, I will just say Ethan, since there's no EH in your name. Ethan, there is, the way how things work in life is the strong people do the hard shit, and then the weak people focus on the children, focus on what?
That's the thing they talk about. But there's nothing called
the females and males. It is civilization. That is how civilization works. If the civilization does not work that way, then you guys are fucked. Then you guys don't make babies, and then if you don't make babies, then you don't have a civilization.
Okay, so the whole point. TGN, let me ask you this: who is more privileged than in the patriarchy? Is it?
The woman is more privileged in the patriarchy.
Okay.
I told you. I said my first statement was the whole point of a fucking patriarchy is to make the life of the woman easy.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's the whole fucking point.
But that's
the whole point wasn't like it's just to make sure. Like the whole point in like for example, when you go to prom, it's surrounded by a woman. If you have a man. You're the man. You're going to kill and hunt a wildebeest or whatever. You kill the You kill the animal. You're bringing home the meat. What is the role of the woman? The woman is supposed to bring the vegetable eating shit.
Will I get a chance to speak now? Okay, what you're talking about?
No. I'm not done, Ethan. You spoke a lot of
it. 30 seconds, TGN.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Jonas. So, the whole point of this system, is about making sure everyone's okay. In Namibia, in our system here, we have 50-50 representation in all political and business structures, mostly political, where from the lowest and the highest levels, if, let's say, for example, the chairperson position is filled by a man, the deputy chairperson must be filled by a female. That is how it works here in Namibia, and that's why we have 58% representation, one of the highest representation of women in our country. Yes, we still have patriarchy in force, but we do value their opinion on certain things. Yes, men do control everything in terms of certain things like security apparatus and whatsoever. But we don't make them too subservient. But we understand what they say. Okay, thank you very much for your opinion. We will implement what needs to be done. But
what are you defending?
What I'm saying is there's a balance to things.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's not an absolute thing. But we must understand one thing, that men must control the system, or women, but it must be man-dominated somehow, because we are biologically strong.
Okay. Means nothing.
All right, we got it. So,
no, but you don't seem to understand our system. You're forgetting I'm coming from a society where we have 53% of our parliament is ruled by women, and we are actually going to elect a woman, our first woman president in November.
I'm telling you, that shows privilege.
No, it shows that our patriarchy. System, it is a male-dominated society, but we do have. No, I'm not yelling. We do have. We do support women, even though it is a male-dominated society. That's what I'm saying. But I will let you to speak. I'm going to stop.
What is your point? Yes, we get it. No, I get it. So, Etan, go ahead.
First of all, to say that because they're biologically stronger, it really doesn't mean that they should be making more decisions. I don't see if someone can bench press 300 pounds or whatever, should make the decisions in the house, and he's a irresponsible drunkard and didn't finish high school, as opposed to his wife who may have had a doctorate. I get that doesn't make any sense to me. What I'm hearing here is, because you're saying it's always been this way, so it should always be this way. It's called inherited thinking, and progress has always been made when we thought outside of the box, and civilization has been flourished because we did that. We thought, we were cerebral, we were thinking, we were sensitive, we had feelings. This whole biological bit is just fit for the jungle, and I would think that we're beyond that. We're civilized.
We are beyond that. That's why I'm trying to tell you, Ethan. We have literally a majority of our parliamentarians are women. We are going to elect our first ever woman president in November. When you guys are going to elect.
We're not doing a favor for anybody. It just happens to
we
be.
are.
This discussion started out that it was more easy to be a woman than to be a man, and I found that.
No, okay, I don't know about that part. All I'm just saying is, from my perspective, from our country of Namibia, we actually uplift women a lot. As a matter of fact, the youngest parliamentarian in the world comes from is a woman.
So you're proud that it's less patriarchal, man. You are proud of the progress that's been made.
I don't think you seem to understand what patriarchy means. I think we have a different definition of what patriarchy means.
Again, but the subject was about women having it easier than men, which was hurting my ears to hear that, because I don't find it on any level. Like I pointed out, sociologically, biologically, any way possible. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense that it's easier to be a woman than to be a man.
What can a man do in 2024 that a woman can't do in 2024 in a Western civilization?
No. In today's age,
let Etan answer.
Okay, Cordy wants to answer.
Okay, go ahead.
I was responding to Ethan, but okay, Cody.
No, I just don't think you're taking into account the fact that no matter what career position, a man is always the top. I'm a massage therapist, and I cannot get a job with an Olympian or a professional sports team over a male, even though it's a female-dominated field. Even if I'm going to a 5-star restaurant, if I'm a female, I'm not going to get a job as a server over a man. It's still male-dominated.
Really?
They do the same things. Absolutely.
So you're telling me at a restaurant, they would rather hire male waiters than female waiters?
The higher up you go, I'm talking 5-star Michelin star, you're going to see male waiters, maybe not cocktail waitresses, that's different, but the more professional you get, you're going to have males hired over females.
Look, guys, I think we have it all figured out here in Namibia. The fact that we have literally zebra policy in all levels of leadership positions, whether let's say, for example, if you're a CEO, your deputy CEO, if the CEO is a male, the deputy CEO must be a female. If the CEO is a female, the deputy CEO must be a male. That's how we operate fully within my society. So,
Namibia or something like that, it's like, well, it's a very small country, mostly empty.
3 million. 3 million is not a small number, but okay.
It's about small number.
And also, our territory is the size of the whole eastern coast of the United States.
Right.
But still.
So, okay, all right. So, Cordy, I guess what I'm hearing you say is people take men more seriously, respect them more as opposed to women.
Not only that, because biologically they're stronger, they can do more. Like, you're not going to ever want to be protected by an army of women over an army of men. Ever.
Yeah, and that's that is how things work. But should that be a problem? Because the whole point of patriarchy is to make sure that the woman is good and protected by all costs necessary.
That's not a problem. My whole thing is that is women have the privilege in patriarchy, and I'm saying, like, and we always think it's the male privilege, but like you said, the patriarchy is for the benefit of the women. It's about making women more comfortable. So what I'm saying is, like, it's more of a privilege to be a woman than a man. It's more a privilege to be protected than to be the protector.
Exactly, 100%. Why is that? The reason why it's like that is because we put their seed in them. They're the ones that are going to make babies from us. And because they're the ones that are the producers of the generations. That's why.
Exactly. Go ahead, Ethan.
So men get to choose what's better for women, that women get to choose what's better. I don't see women choosing patriarchy. I really don't. But we're saying that it's a man to decide this is what's better, and based on this criteria, a man can decide that.
Those ones that are saying, those women that are saying that, they don't know what they're fucking talking about. Yeah, they are the first ones to say, oh, fuck patriarchy, yay! But then they get wrong, they go for a man to solve the problem. If it has to let's say, for example, if something is broken in the house, they go for a man to solve the problem. It's just hypocrisy. Anyone that says, I only respect women that actually understand what goes on and they understand their place, like the president that we're going to elect in November, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, which is the first female president of our country, her husband was a former chief of defense force. So you can just see already that we got this shit on lock in terms of this whole concept.
Can I ask you a question, DJ? And a logical question. Who decides, who knows better what women want? Men know what women want, or women know what women want?
The masculine females that understand the system are the ones that know what women want.
They know better than women what women want?
Yeah, there's those females, the females that are aligned with third wave of feminism, not the fourth one. Third wave of feminism, those females of the early 2000s, of early feminism, of early 2000s feminism, those ones, yes, those ones understand what's going on.
Women do not know what they want. They need men to tell them what to want?
No, I told you. there is a class of women that understand what's going on.
Be nice.
And then, unfortunately, the newer one, the fourth wave, fifth wave of feminism that you're talking about, they don't know any shit. They are saying things that don't make sense. That's why I'm saying third wave of feminism, especially here in Africa, we know exactly what's going on here. That bullshit that you're talking about.
Okay, who knows better what Africans want? White people from Europe?
Because we are the bosom of humanity. So of course we understand what goes on.
Okay, but white people have constantly throughout the generation said we know what Africans want. We will conquer.
No, they are talking bullshit. They're just talking bullshit. They are sucking balls.
Parallel. You really don't.
Excuse me?
You don't see the parallel, and you don't see how horrible.
No,
it is.
I see the parallel. I'm telling you. No.
You want to tell somebody else, I know what you want for you better than you know what you want for yourself?
He said masculine women. He said masculine women know better what women want. He didn't say men. He said masculine women.
Yes. Masculine women from my continent know exactly what needs to be done.
Well, I know that you're not a masculine woman, so maybe it's not your place to say what.
No, it is my place to say because I'm actually campaigning for one that will become the first woman president of our country in November.
Okay, well, with all due respect, I heard quite a bit. With all due respect to your country, I don't know where it is today, but if this is what it's.
We just found oil, by the way. We just found oil.
Oil is a natural resource. It's not a psychological, personal, mature development as a human society. That's a resource.
All I'm just trying to say is, this whole feminism, the new wave of feminism is not realistic. You must, feminism in its ideals, we understand, yes, women must have a say in leadership. That is why we introduced the policy. No, wait. Wait. That's why we say, yes, women must have a say in leadership positions. There must be manager woman in position, like popular position. Yes, they must have a say in things. They must have a contribution in terms of certain things. Yes, but they must also understand that they can't do everything.
Nicholas, it would just be like okay. Just 1 second, Nicholas, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my fellow brother from Florida. It would just be really odd and really hypocritical for Hillary Clinton, of all people, who claims that Donald Trump is trying to subvert democracy, for Hillary Clinton to actually be the one to subvert democracy. That would be quite.
Hey, Nick, let me say one thing. You can jump in right after. The only people, that have a problem, that should have a problem with Hillary, are Democrats. If Democrats accept it, then there's nobody else outside that party that should argue with. I don't know about the rules or anything, but like only people I hear that argue about different people replacing Biden are Republicans. But like I don't hear Democrats arguing about it. At the end of the day, that's their party. So if they're okay with it, I don't think no one else have a right to say they are subverting democracy or anything else. If they are okay with it, that's their party. I'm
So I was gonna say real quick, there are other Democrats on this app, particularly talking about who might replace Biden. So it's not just, and no one is proposing Hillary so far. And most of the people are saying Kamala, right? And then the second thing I wanted to say was,
but Nicholas,
come on, one more sentence, brother Roger,
Nicholas,
one more.
Hold on, Nicholas. Nicholas, let me just interject. Hold on. I just want to interject something real quick. I just want to. It's very quick. Alex Jones is the one that Hillary's going to run. That's the part you meant.
So you interrupted me to say something you could have said after. I gotta do better. I gotta train people better on this app because it's becoming too normal for people to cut me off. But anyways, the second thing I was gonna say was there was actually another person from Florida who got arrested this morning for threatening to kill Donald Trump. So now it's becoming like a trend.
It wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you, but they arrested him in Jupiter, Florida. He was saying he was gonna massacre Donald Trump and JD Vance. But that's all I have to say. Go ahead.
I think Clubhouse is a great sample size.
I don't think Clubhouse is a great sample size, or there's a lot of people kind of, in on what's happening with the Democratic Party. But I don't.
I think you have to remember the superdelegate system that they have, and every Democratic member of Congress is a superdelegate. Every governor that's a Democrat is a superdelegate, and then the inner circle of the party. So it's different than the Republican convention, how they operate. And if it's an open convention, the superdelegates get to vote in the first round.
They do. I'm just saying it's really odd that they would host a primary process. That they would host a primary process that shuts out people like Dean Phillips and Marianne Williamson. A primary process that they throw tens of millions of dollars behind one particular person, and then they allow their constituents to partake in the primary process, which the constituents are under the belief that they hey, thanks for participating, but we're going to go a different direction anyways.
Well,
to me, that is subversion of the democracy.
For the most part, like incumbent presidents don't get a primary run.
What?
Yeah, he may have. Incumbent presidents usually don't get a primary run. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but please do. But maybe Biden should have. But if they didn't, but the fact that the Democrats aren't complaining about replacing Biden, I mean, I think it's a moot point. Like any Republican, it sounds like fear to me that Republicans are worried about who might run and subverting democracy. Let the Democrats control their party and worry about who their nominee is. If they're not, may I finish? I can't finish. Okay, I can't finish. I'll be quiet.
Can I respond to him after he finishes?
I mean,
when I'm done. As is always the protocol in this house. I don't know what's new. You can put whatever emoji you want up, Florida. You can also take your ass to the audience if you don't like it. Right? I don't happen to care if you participate or not. You are not one of the people I consider to be of value that are on the stage right now. So you can choose to participate.
I don't consider myself of value.
Or you can get the fuck out. I don't care either way. Right? I don't want to see the little rolly eye emoji, so do it again, and I'm putting you in the audience so I don't have to see it on the screen.
Oh my God, we have to protect white men, Brian. Come on now. Be nice. Be nice.
We already have a representative in Florida. It's you, Nicholas. I'm sorry. We don't need two.
I'm sorry.
We don't need two. So I would have already been done if people hadn't gotten